today's session, I'm going to walk you through how to split and write a single CSV file. So I have a CSV file which has a lot of records. So this is the CSV file. So you can see like there are a lot of records and multiple campaigns, right? So I have around 3000 records here, okay? And I have a variety of attributes. The key thing that I want to do was I want to take this file and actually create multiple files, okay, so that I can process it for different purposes. So here, I want every one of the file is named by the campaign, number one, and it should have only that campaign's record. So you can see like I have campaign one, and then I have campaign two, then I would have campaign three or four, something like this, right? So we already have a lot of records. Yeah, how do I do it actually? So in Python, you can just do it simply. So, but today we are going to cover a no-code platform, okay, or a no-code, low-code platform, which is SnapLogic. Okay, we'll see how to do this in SnapLogic. So I created a new pipeline, right? You can just click plus and create a new pipeline. Now I want to name this pipeline. Let's go to the pipeline properties, click this, and let's name this as, so I want to read the CSV file, right? So, and it need to split. So I can just say read and split, okay, CSV. That's the key goal for us now. So let's do a save. So now the pipeline canvas is ready. So now I need to start creating the flow, okay. The first step is read, right? So let's look what is the read now. So we want to read a file, right? I'll do file reader. This is a file reader. So let's take this. So what is the file name? So I already have a file. So we'll just click it and demo call log. So this is the file name. The rest of the fields that I'm not going to touch, we will talk in detail about every snap later. So today's video is all about how I'm going to read and split the file, right? So I actually read the file, I'm saving. So this is a CSV file, right? So once it is read, you typically get this kind of content, okay. It just gives a lot of attributes about the file, okay, and also you can click the preview and it will show some of the content of the file, not all the content. It just grabs few records and it shows, hey, this is how the content looks like. So we will close. So the next step is CSV parser, okay. So let's grab the CSV parser, okay. So we'll just grab the CSV parser. See, one of the key things that you would see was this triangle symbol, so which basically like indicates it is a binary document. So the input is a binary document. If it is a circle, the output becomes a, the output is primarily here at document, not a binary document, at document itself. Okay, it's a JSON document typically. So now we'll click. So it says that, hey, this is a CSV parser, and the delimiter is comma because it is a comma separated file. Okay. So we will just do this and then basically like go ahead and save. So it will do a validation. Now it should convert all of this document that it reads into JSON. So I'll click this. So you can see it prints the JSON in a table format and it would print part of the document. It won't grab all the content, but it just prints part of the document. Yes, it looks good. Okay, and you can also look the JSON view. So this is the JSON view and you can see all the document key value pair. It grabbed the header column and then it basically assigned it. Simple, right? So now I converted a CSV to a JSON. So the next step is I really need to sort it by the field which I want to split. Okay, it's very important because otherwise the split won't work correctly. So we will just do a sort, just grab the sort, and I need to know which field I want to sort. So you can click this chart kind of icon. It shows all the fields from the input document, right? So here the input document is our column and I want campaign, okay? And this is the order in which you want to sort by. Okay, so if you have multiple columns that you want to sort by, you can specify individual sorting order, or you can specify one sorting order. That's what it is global. In global, you can change the sorting order. So and I want to sort it by ascending. I'm just doing it. Rest of the fields, I'm just keeping it default. Okay, so now actually like I have the sort snap. So it should be sorted. It should give me a sorted output, right? So all the campaign one will come first, then campaign two, then campaign three. That's how that you would see the records. So after sort, okay, the most important step for me was that I need to split this document into multiple, right? And everything I want by campaign. So we will use a special snap called as group by. So I'll go to group by, okay, and you need to make sure all of this green circle is there. Otherwise, it is not connected. Every snap is connected. If it is connected, it becomes green. Otherwise, it will be gray. Okay, so now group. Okay, what is the group name? So we call the group name as campaigns. Okay, and which field I want to group by. Okay, so I click this, I choose campaign. So I took campaign as a field from the input document, and the grouped field is called as campaigns. Okay, that's what we did here. I'm going to click. Now it is going to generate the grouped documents. Okay, so let's look how the grouped document. This is JSON output, still a JSON document. So you'll see like the groups, right? So group by, it just grouped, okay, and it grouped by the campaign, okay, and this is the campaigns, and all the campaigns, all the records is stored under campaigns, right? So you can see all the records. Okay, so these are all my records. Every record is basically pulled in here. And the group name is campaign 1. Okay. Then you can find similarly for campaign 2, right? The group name is campaign 2. Okay. Those are the things that it actually now have the group. So now close this. Now what is the other step? Okay, now I grouped, I split this. Okay, already the file is split by all the records separated out. Now I need to write this record, right, into multiple files. So it's not kind of straightforward because this is a CSV file. If it is JSON, actually, I would be able to write it directly in one single flow. Okay, in CSV, I really need to call a child pipeline. But before that, I really need to convert this into multiple documents. Oh, you can say like, oh, it's already multiple documents. So if you really look at, it's an array of documents and I have three objects. Yes, it is multiple documents. Okay, already it is multiple documents, but I really want to actually pass this as individual documents for processing. This is one document, this is one document, this is one document. So there are three documents are here. So that means it need to go as individual document. So every document will go as an input document to the downstream pipeline. Okay, so first what I want to do is I really want to convert that to that format. So let's do a JSON formatter, proper JSON formatter. So it will become separated out document, not in a kind of objects. Okay, I want an array of records. Okay, so what I will do is I'll create an expression. Okay, so where I really say like this campaign, the group by campaign, okay, and I will name this as file because this is the file that I want to write. So this is the name of the file, so I'll just give it as the file name. That campaign name will be the file name. And what is the content of the file? Do I need all the objects? Okay, that is this all the things along with the group by, or okay, I'll just need this campaigns array, nothing else, right? So I'll just basically do this because I just need the records. I don't need the campaign name as such directly, okay, because the campaign name anyway I will be able to pass it as file name. Okay, now I click this format each document. What this means is it sends one set of records as a single document. It is an array of all these objects records. So it sends array of records as one document to the downstream snap. We will click this. So now I got the complete output. Okay, so I basically like would have it's a JSON formatter. If you click the output, it will show that it created a file. It not created a file yet. It has an attribute file name where the file name should be campaign 1 and it has the entire content. Only the records that belongs to campaign 1. Okay, so you see all the records that belongs to campaign 1 here. Close this, close this. Now, okay, now how do I split this? So there are two ways. If I want to just write a JSON document, okay, I can simply write it. Okay, I can put a file writer here and basically like write it. So let's see like just how I split this into simple JSON documents. Okay, so the stuff was file writer. I'll just do a file writer. Okay, I'm just doing a file writer here. Okay. And I'm saying, what is the file name? Oh yeah, file name is already there. Let's click this. Okay, and say like, hey, this is the file name. Why I put expression? We are actually accessing a variable here. Okay, and I also want to add CSV, right? File name, and then I'll just put dot CSV. Okay, so it's called as campaign1 dot CSV, and say prevent filing thing. And now let's see what happens. So it is going to like go ahead and execute, okay, this entire flow, and it says the execution is successful. Okay, so if we go actually to look whether that file is created, we can click manager and we can click files. And is campaign1.csv is created? No. Why? Okay, so let's go back to designer. Why it is not created? I'll show you. So every pipeline, sorry, every snap, if you see at the bottom, you have snap execution. It says execute only. If you make it as validate and execute, then during the validation phase itself, it will execute. Now it is execute only. So let's try executing this, right? So this is click. So I'll do an execute. So it will go ahead and execute this entire flow. So you can see yellow means it is running. So now it starts writing because this is finished. So now it starts writing the file. So, and you can see like the output here, 9 documents. Okay. and this is the total thing. So let's go now to the manager. So it is actually got 9 documents, and you can see campaign 1, campaign 2, campaign 3, campaign 4, campaign 7, 8. Okay, so we really have this file written. So you really have 9 campaigns. So we can actually look at the content, like let's say view. So you can see the content of that file. Okay, so that is what it is written. And it says CSV, but you can see like it's not CSV, it is actually a JSON, right? So how do I write this as CSV? So that is our key goal, because I can have a CSV formatter, I can still have expression, but I will not able to write it as the uh, separate individual file. So to do that, okay, so let's basically, you can ask, okay, why can't I put a CSV formatter here? We can put a CSV formatter. Let's see how the CSV formatter looks like. Okay, so let's go into CSV formatter so that to understand the difference. I'll just grab a CSV formatter. Okay, and it says still it says expression good. I can put a file name, very good. Okay, but what is missing is that format each document, right? I don't have kind of format each document here. That means it will write everything. Okay, it cannot split the documents into separate and then write it, right? Because I can't have an expression which basically says, hey, this is the document. So what we are going to do now is, instead of this file writer, we'll delete this file writer. Okay, we want to actually call a child pipeline. So I will create one more pipeline. The whole idea of that pipeline was write. Okay, so it says write CSV. Okay, that's all it will do. And it need the file name. So I'll capture the file name. Okay, I also gave a file name. That's a parameter that I want. Okay, and now as the previous output, that is would be a JSON formatter, I need to use JSON parser, right? So we'll just go JSON parser, grab it here. I'm not going to do any change in the JSON parser. Okay, just standard. Okay. And then what would be the next thing? I need to convert the JSON, okay, into CSV before I write. Okay. The next step is primarily CSV formatter. Okay. Now I got the JSON document. I'll just basically write it as CSV formatter. Okay. So it is actually read the JSON document, convert that to a CSV. So now it will be converted. I don't need to do any change here. Okay. No target path, nothing. You don't need to specify the file name and all here again. They'll just basically do CSV formatter. Then file writer. You can see the suggested snap. Yes, file writer. Okay. What you will do in file writer is the file name. So again, click, and you already have the file name passed as a parameter. Click this. Okay. Same thing that what we did here earlier. So we'll just do a .csv extension. All the rest are same. Okay. Not changing anything. Just save this. So now it becomes a child pipeline. This is a flow which takes a JSON document, converts that to CSV and writes it. Okay. So now let's go into read and script. So what we are going to do here is we need to call this CSV. So we will do pipeline execute. From here, pipeline execute. So you can observe that this semicircle, that means it expects input as a document. Oh, I don't have a document. So we need to first change the input. Input should be binary. Okay, let's do this. We want to call the particular pipeline. Pipeline name is write CSV, right? So we will basically say write CSV. That's the pipeline that we want to call. Otherwise, you can click down and you can see that write CSV is here. So I click it, and where it need to execute, I want to just execute in the either the same. We'll talk about what is SnapLogic, CloudFlex, etc. As of now, you can actually choose within the same Snap, which on the same environment. I'm running in DWS Gplex. I want to run it in the same, so I will click local SnapLogic. Execution label is some label you want to give to identify the execution, right? This is the pipeline kind of executed. It is optional. I'm not going to give this. But most important part is I need to pass the parameter. What parameter? The child pipeline expects file name. Okay, it expects file name as a parameter. Okay, click the file name. What should be the value? Parameter value. You see the input schema. Okay, click the file name. Right, so you can see campaign 1, campaign 2, campaign 3. Save this. Yeah, and I really don't need any output as such. So I'm going to change or remove the output because this pipeline, child pipeline just need to execute. So let's save this. So now the flow is ready, right? So you can actually like zoom it back. So it's centered. So this is my flow. Okay. And you can see it is still gray because you can click the pipeline execute, go to bottom. Okay. It's validate and execute. Maybe the validation is not done. We can actually again do a validate to see whether it executes it, whether it calls it. Okay, you can say it becomes green. So that means it really called it. So now we will actually execute this and see whether the CSV files are generated. So let me click this. So now the execution is going on and you can see like it's become yellow, green. So all this execution finished. Now it's actually processing every document. Okay, so 4 docs, input view is 4 docs, 6 docs, it will become 9, similar to the file writer that we last time did, right? So 9 documents. Okay, it processed. So it called this file and did this. Now we'll see the CSV file. Go back to manager. Okay, you can see all of this CSV file. All of this would have multiple records. So you can see. So now I got multiple files. It's already split this file. So this is the very basic flow, okay, that we did to split the files. Okay, and there are something which related to the optimization issues that I will talk in the follow-on session. Because one of the key things that you observed was the sort. Okay, sort will take a lot of memory. Okay, we'll see like how we can optimize the sorting process. Okay, how we can efficiently do this, because when it is 3000 records, it would have consumed very little memory, right? Let's look into the log, the snapshot statistics, right? So this is the snap statistics, and you can see, you can come here and see how much memory it took. So it took like around 1 meg of memory, which is very low. Okay, absolutely good, no issues for us. But when the number of records is like in terms of let's say like million records that you are processing, then this becomes kind of huge. Okay, it might even go to gigabytes. And it might actually start failing. Okay, so I will show you how we can actually optimize in the follow-on session, but this session just focusing on how you can split a single CSV file into multiple CSV file and write. And this is written in the local directory. You can also see like, okay, how do I write in and blob storage or AWS S3 storage? We will talk about in the later session. Okay, thank you.